Yo, what up though? What up though? Peace, peace, blessings, blessings. Today is Memorial Day, right? Yeah, it is. It is. See, hold on. Hold on. Let me. I'm starting this off all wrong. Let me peep in the chat. What I'm doing. What I'm doing. Eve, appreciate you. Liz, appreciate you. Prez, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Jenny, appreciate you. Hold on. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm back. Shay, appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes people got to remind me of certain holidays that come around because I don't even care for birthdays like that. I could care less if I get a cake. Honestly, the way I look at it, if like I say it all the time, if I'm blessed to wake up, I'm listen just to have another year of being alive. I'm cool with that. I'm blessed with that. That's not me shitting on anybody else who does celebrate either. That's not what that is. Celebrate how you want to celebrate, but I know Memorial Day is more about like the vets and stuff like that. And I do have vets in my family, so respectfully, shout out to everybody who you know has passed and who served and all of that for you know going to war for this punk ass country. You know what I'm saying? Right, Prez. I don't. Right, Prez and Shay. I don't. I don't do a make a big deal out of things like that. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a holiday. Any day that you wake up and you got your health, you understand? And you survived another 24 hours, Now, I'm appreciative of that, honestly. But shout out to y'all, man. I'm gonna try to be on here too long, but I suppose I should give credit real quick. Shout out to Tierra. I was listening to her last night. And thing is, she says something that I say all the time. Like you see how I put it in the title, it says hero or villain. I'm getting somewhere with this, right? She was speaking on something completely different than what I'm speaking on, but for a second she touched on it. And if you look on my community wall, I always put like random quotes, just general things. And I always tell people, just be real. If you don't specifically, like the last live I did, I think I spoke on how if you're not fond of somebody, if you don't necessarily care for the next person, just be honest about it. Just keep it real. You know, I'm not saying when you wake up, you just get on here and you just say, "Yeah, I don't like you." I mean, if that's what you choose to do, you know what I'm saying. At least you're keeping it real. You understand? But she was just speaking on. I wish I could say it how she said it though. But she was just talking about how I'm not on here for everybody to like me. This content is for certain people. I'm only worried about the people who support it and who fuck with me basically. And that's basically what it is. That's what it is in life for me. You know what I mean? But she said something that was dope. She said, "Hell, if I could, I would make the list longer or something like that." As far as the people who don't like you, I thought that was dope right there because that's the type of personality I got. I'm not concerned about people who like dislike me and shit like that. Like nobody on here don't pay nobody bills, fam. And it's not even a online thing; it's an offline thing. It's just life. You don't worry about other people. You know, I'm not saying I'm somebody who's not like trying to get along with people. Don't get that part twisted. I'm just saying, and I'm not a hater either, right? I'm not trying to be negative or nothing like that. But I hate when I see people who like go out their way to be liked because it's like you might be doing that to somebody who, no matter what you do, they might still not like you. They just ain't telling you. You understand? People that just be smiling your face and shit, and deep down they really got a secret gripe with you. They won't tell you, but they'll tell the other person, right? And who knows what the fuck they telling the other person? Who know what they saying? You know what I'm saying? Never trust that. Never trust that when you know when you might even get a hunch, even if you can't prove it, um, of people who like Just listen to what people say to you and pay attention to how people talk and the conversations you have with people. Because if they speaking like so wrong about the next person, then they chances are they might be speaking about your ass the same way. And you can't trust that. It's not all the time. Some people know how to hold water and shit like that. But it's bigger than just having conversations with people. Because it's like the thing I don't like about that, they could be saying anything. It could be because if that person is going off their perspective about you, their perception, when if people start to believe that shit. And it's not about caring about how other people feel about you, but it's the principle. When a person is not there to defend themselves or to speak up on their half of what they're talking about, other people might go along with that shit. One thing I never played about was my character, right? And I'm not speaking on like a personal situation. This is just general shit. This is general shit. Yeah, Prez, it's lame, man. It's lame. You know? But we all grown on here at the end of the day. Grown men and grown women. Like do people first thing, let me break down what I mean when I say hero or villain. When people like you, everything is all good. You know, they'll boost you up, they'll hold you to a certain, you know, they'll put you on a pedestal, right? Like you're the best thing in the world since damn bread. Right? To the point where they might even say, I look up to you. Or maybe other people look up to you, you know? And it's like you could be in the eyes of people looking at you like an actual hero. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just when I say that, that's just me saying when people like you a lot, you can do no wrong. You know what I mean? But when people don't like you, Alpha appreciate you. You already know. You already know. When people don't like you, when people even despise you or hate you, all that shit go out the window. You know what I'm saying? That you're the biggest piece of shit in the world. Like if you ask them, you are Satan. The devil himself is you're worse than the devil his damn self, man. So it's like it's all about perception, I guess, when it comes down to people. How do people perceive you? If somebody was to ask them about you, because everybody has different experiences with people, and everybody has different relationships and rapports and things like that. And everybody looks at everybody different. No matter if we all speaking in the chat or not, right? If you were to ask somebody, if somebody was to ask the next person about you, what is their experience with you? Like, how do they perceive you? Are you the hero or are you the villain? In your mind, you like, I ain't never did shit to this person. But then they could be, some people talk so bad about the next person. You would think that they stole from their damn mama or something. You would have thought they killed somebody in their family the way some people would talk about you. Like a straight dog in the alley with nowhere to go. That type shit. That should be crazy. You know? I could never like I say, everybody has different experience with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I could never fake the phone. What's that saying? Get along, go along type shit. Like this person is faking getting along with the next because they both know somebody similar. They both know they have a mutual friend. Some people do it off of that. And I understand sometimes it's like, you know, I know this person right here, they're cool as hell. I've known them for a long time. You know how people say, if you know them, if you down with them, then we cool, man, because I know this is a good person. I get that. But you got people who go out their way to fit in. And they feel like they have to get along with everybody else. They feel like they have to get along with that person just because they know the same people. I could never do that. I could never do that. You understand? I try to be as genuine as I can be on this shit. And I'm just saying, like, keep it authentic, man. Just keep it authentic. I'm not saying that people haven't. When I say these things out of my mouth, I'm just being general, fam. That's it. I'm not accusing nobody, nothing, anything. Cause I know some people probably look, you know how this app could be. It could be petty. When you hear people speak on certain subjects, sometimes you might think, well, who is he talking about? First thing come out people's mouth, who is he talking about? You talking about me? You talking about, like, when you look at my community wall, everything is general. I'm not gonna lie, some of it has been based off my personal experiences. What I see, what I have maybe experienced, but for the most part, it's general. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, we all grown though. Nobody pay nobody bills on here. If you know for real, for real, that you don't give a fuck about the next person, is crazy. You say what you talking about? Yeah, right, right, right. Exactly. It has to be that. When somebody's speaking in general, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. I'm just saying in general. I'm not. It don't even have to be online, bro. I'm not saying just go right up to a person and say, you know what? I don't like you. I think it's time you knew that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying keep it authentic. It's not the first time I've like said this type of shit right here. It's not. Pretty much, Alpha. Pretty much. If the shoe fits, wear it. You understand? When I say the shit, I'm saying it's never like at nobody or anything like that. Have I spoke on my own personal experiences? Yes, I have. But for the most part, it's just general speaking. It's just general speaking. Like I'll never understand, how someone could really just like fake it so bad. You know how much restraint that takes for somebody like me? I don't have no beef on here. Don't get it twisted. I don't hate anybody. Hate is a strong word. When I was a kid, I hated people. You understand? I didn't understand quite what that word was. But hate, that's a lot of negative energy to walk around with. That's a lot of negative energy. You understand? Well, I would say I have a few people blocked. Yeah, the only time I blocked somebody was trolls. I looked on my joint the other day. I want to say I got about 10 trolls blocked. And I'm usually a person who let the trolls go. I don't care what they say, because it's like this. You can say what you want to say, but if they don't know you personally and they're not going off of fact, what more can they say? How can you feel away? That's the way I look at it. You understand? Like, you can't offend me if you just going off of what you going off of a video. You heard something in a video I said that you ain't like. All it takes is for you to say one thing that people don't like in a video, and for some reason they feel like they got the right to just call you all type of names and shit. That's the corniest shit I ever seen. I experienced that early on when I first came on here, and I wasn't feeling it. I was I wasn't feeling that shit. I was going back and forth with him and everything. But the longer I got on, the longer I stayed on here, I'm like, it don't really matter. You just stop having the energy for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? But I got a couple people blocked. I got a couple people blocked. You know. But I'm just saying, just be authentic, man. You know what I mean? Like, nobody don't pay nobody bills on here, nothing like that. There ain't no reason to fake anything. I'm not saying be an asshole to people. I'm not saying be ignorant to people. You know? I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm just saying you can even disagree. You can agree to disagree. You might not be seeing eye to eye with this individual. Maybe y'all have a different way of looking at things. Some people some people go in chats and shit, and you could just tell. You could tell what's up with a lot of people when you go in chats, and certain people don't really like. They don't mention nothing to each other. They don't say nothing to each other. Not hi or nothing like that. But that don't necessarily mean that they hate each other. You know what I'm saying? That don't necessarily mean they dislike each other. It just means maybe they just not seen eye to eye at the moment. Maybe they had some type of, you know what I mean? Um, just keep it authentic. I mean, I don't really know how else to put it. It don't take a long lie for me to say what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But just recently, I just had like an epiphany because when I'm on here, I'm looking around and I'm like, you see the fake. It's just it kind of make you sick to your stomach. It's like, damn, you don't like that person. You know, you don't really fuck with this individual like that. You understand? And you don't have to fake it. You can come to terms as two people and be like, you know what, me and you, we ain't. I don't really rock with you for this. You don't really rock with me for that. Whatever. You see things differently. But then at the same time, you don't have to even have that conversation. You know what I mean? But yeah, you see it all the time. Like, people come together and you can tell right out the gate who is not really rocking with who, whatever the case is. But like I said, I don't have no beef on here. I don't hate nobody. And that's not even what the live is about. It's not about beef. It's not about hating anybody. I'm just saying, just be real with yourself. You lying to yourself when you like putting on that front. Yeah, you having a conversation with somebody you don't like. Picture that. There's nobody on here that I can say I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly say that. I've had misunderstandings. Uh, Lady Shay, appreciate you. Appreciate you. I've had misunderstandings and disagreements and stuff like that. But if you're on an app, it's so big on here, but it's so small, right? You got all these damn personalities and different energies just like kind of like crammed together on one app. So you're gonna come across people that you don't get along with, and that's okay. That's the point I'm trying to get across. It's okay if you don't really rock with this person or that person. It's perfectly fine. You don't have to fake it just to, you don't have to put on the front just because you trying to what? I mean, you want people to know you're a good person. You know what I mean? It don't matter how good. I learned that too. It don't matter how good of a person you think that you are. There's always going to be a perception. Maybe somebody understands something that you said. Maybe they disagree to the point where they feel like your whole character is different to them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but that just goes for offline too, man. It ain't really like what I'm saying. It don't take no rocket science to understand what I'm talking about. Like this shit is offline too. I just had an epiphany, and I'm like, I can't. Not that I ever was faking it or anything, but you know how some people will go into a chat, right? And they'll kind of like for respect of the channel holder, a lot of people they have such ill will towards the next uh person that they feel like if I'm ever in a chat with this person, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. I'm gonna speak up how I feel about this person. A lot of people hold that shit in just out of respect for the person who owns the chat. You know what I'm saying? I've been there before. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there before because you want somebody to you want somebody to respect your chat and stuff like that. I'm not saying recently. I'm saying out of the 5 or 6 years that I've been on here. You know what I'm saying? If there's something I really feel like I needed to get off my chest to somebody, if it's like eating me up, if it's like eating me up to the point where maybe I'm up at night, I wake up at night and I go back to that in my mind. I'm like, I didn't like that shit that happened the other day. I feel like I got to get this off my chest. I'm not gonna let that happen, especially if I know you. You understand? I'm be like, yo, I ain't holler at you about something. You know, I'm just saying, be authentic. Miss Tracy, I appreciate you. Blessings to you. You know, what Alpha said, I'm not even highlighting the comments. Not everyone is gonna like me, and I'm okay with that. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how I feel like it should be. But it do be some ass kissing going on, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Well, we grown. Like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. You know? Because it's like, when I get off of here, I'm not even thinking about this person. So why would I put on the front when I come on here? I'm on here because of me. Like, how you could have been supporting somebody, watching somebody, maybe helping them even build, um, this helping them like grow their channel when they first started and shit. But then when you start to do your thing, this is the type of shit that goes on here. When you start to do your thing, you don't see that person, right? Now I know a lot of people go back and forth with the whole perspective of, I guess it depends on who you are. Some people care if they have that support return, and some people don't care. I'm someone, I actually don't care. Realistically, I don't, because I said it before. I understand that everybody got different shit. Everybody brings something different to the table. And just even if you watch, how I look at it, I look at it like this. If I rock with you, it don't matter what you're talking about. It don't matter what you're doing. I'm gonna pull up, hit the like, boom, pop and chat, boom. You know what I mean? It ain't even got nothing to do with the content, whether I like it or not. That's just the type of person I am. You'll see people say you'll really see people support and stuff like that. It don't matter what you're talking about. If you my homie, if you somebody I got love and respect for, you could be sitting on the sidewalk by yourself, just mumbling, just talking about anything. I'm gonna sit down next to you. We gonna both be mumbling. You know what I mean? That's the type of person I am. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. That's just what it is. But you got people who do things different. You know, you do see people who be like, they, they talk about, like showing support and things like that, but they don't really do it like they say. You understand? What Alpha say, if the shoe fits, wear it, right? Pretty much that, But that happens a lot on here. That's nothing new. You know what I mean? Some people, they don't know how to return it because really deep down they got a gripe with you. They really don't. You can tell. Some people think they be hiding that shit. Nah, you can tell when somebody really don't fuck with you. You understand me? And if you watch it from the outside looking in, you can tell something ain't right with these two. They don't really rock with each other. It be so obvious sometimes, but there ain't nothing to be said. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's important to be said is between the two people. That's on them. That's on them you know, to straighten it out or whatever the case. But like the wrenches thing, for example, right? Yeah, Alpha. You can feel the vibes. You know what it is. You know what I mean? Like with the wrenches thing. That's something I've never made a big deal about myself. I know some people feel different. Everybody feels different about it. But what I have learned over the years is that people, the way they operate with the wrenches, that gives it away too. You understand? Like, I have had people like have a problem with me before in the past, maybe because they didn't have a wrench in my shit. And I thought it was kind of corny because I've said this before too. I don't know how many people remember, but I say it like this too. If somebody who be in your shit and they got a wrench in your shit, then that's why they got the wrench, because they show that support to you. So maybe if you don't have a wrench in theirs, then maybe that means you ain't showing it back. You know what I mean? But I've never cared about that type of thing, honestly. You know, because like I said, I've been on here too long to care about the YouTube politics that go on here. The shit that people usually get into it over with. I've been on here too long for that. You understand? But I'm saying, if you just pay close attention, you can tell even when people are smiling and they acting like it's all good, you can just tell from the way people operate. They say they don't care, but they're using the wrench. It kind of like it's spelling out their actions. You understand? When you see this person all up in this person's, showing them that support and stuff like that, you could just tell, man. You know. And when you see it so much, that's the type of shit that makes me say, just be real. You ain't got to move like that. If there's something you really don't like about that person, you ain't got to be around them. Hell, you might be doing them a favor by letting them know that, you know why, you know what it is, because a lot of times they don't know why they don't like that person. They just feel away. There'll be some envy and shit going on here. You see that shit clear as day. And there ain't no reason for that, because we all bleed, cry. Everybody got responsibilities. Everybody got to pay their internet bill to be on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, who exactly? What is there to hate on? Some people might hate on you because of your interaction with other people. Maybe you got a better relationship. Like, for instance, there are women. A lot of women get into it all the time on here because one woman in particular will have like the attention from other men. I swear I see that a lot. There's a lot of hated women on here, and they be getting drugged, tore up by other women. They be starting beef with them and shit just because other men find them attractive. You understand? Insecurities and shit come out on this app. This internet ain't no joke. This shit like the devil's playground, fam. You will see, you know what I mean? You see, excuse me. You'll see the ugly side of people. People who carry themselves in the most, nothing but positive energy in real life. Happy. They give respect to everybody that they know in their regular life. But when they come on here, that demon side come out, that dark side come out. You understand? Next thing you know, you really got grown people who just be going back and forth and shit. You understand? I understand it. Also, a lot of times people are not going to just come right out and say, I don't like this person, because people use this shit as a tool to kind of drive their point home, and it never stops right there. Next thing you know, you got somebody who's doing a actual video on that person, and this person feel like, yo, I gotta shoot back. I gotta respond to what they were saying. They don't know what they're talking about, But I realized that's because you got an audience that's watching. When you put something out there in front of people, whether you don't care about the people thinking that about you because you don't know them, but it's also like, if you're big on your character, you don't want nobody shitting on your character. You know, you don't want that person getting the last word about who you are. Then they don't know you. You understand? Like, they didn't grow up with you. Albert said, everyone handles riches on the channel. Yeah, you know, that's a lot of shit be starting over those riches too. That's crazy. A lot of shit be starting. You understand? But that's just a part of the YouTube politics. But going back to originally what I said, man. Like I said, it wasn't that long ago. I just came to the realization that, if we grown, everybody got bills, responsibilities. Some people got kids. Some people got, you know what I mean? There ain't no reason we just can't keep it 100 when we come on here. But I do understand, it's about just being courteous. Nobody's going to go around with that negative spirit all the time and just, I don't like this person. I don't like this person. That's not what I'm saying either. I'm just saying, in those situations where it's obvious, don't fake it, is what I'm saying. You understand? Just don't fake it. That's all I'm saying, man. Like, I've been in situations where I like, I really probably like bit my tongue because of certain other people. Not recently, just over my time being here. You know, I could tell you different situations and shit like that. Now, for saying, some creators will befriend other YouTubers just to grow their channel. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think that could be under different circumstances. You know what I mean? Because end of the day, the game is to network and grow your channel. So I can't necessarily say that that's fake, unless we're talking about them befriending someone that they really personally dislike, but they want to grow their channel. People do that all the time. You know what I mean? Um, Really, they don't like anything about that person. They don't like anything that they talk about, anything that they speak on, and they have different views and stuff like that. But they know that that person has a name, so they want to get close to them and help. But me personally, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be. My whole thing has been from the beginning. If I can't grow this shit on my own, I feel like I ain't got no business being on here anyway. Because once your channel happens to gain some type of success or it gets, a certain amount of traction, you know, I never wanted any type of help of mine because people will throw that shit in your face too. Going off track a little bit, but people will actually throw shit like that in your face. I remember one time, um, when my channel wasn't where it was at now, way less subscribers than what I got now. And when they started to grow a little bit, me and this one person, we kind of like stopped communicating as much. One thing led to another, you know, and you know how it go. Boom, all of a sudden, all it takes for you to first is not speak, and then boom, it's dislike. It's I don't like this person, they don't like me. And next thing they end up saying, exactly. You took the words out my mouth, Alfred. They ended up saying some shit like that to me. They ended up saying, like kind of like saying like basically like, you being bad now, like I ain't share out your channel or shit like that. I remember somebody said that to me. I'm like, fool, you probably shared out my shit like three or four times or something like that. And people get it. That's another thing people get into it about on here. I knew from the beginning, my first time on here, I don't want nobody like boosting me up like that, because people really will. As soon as you get some type of traction, people start feeling like, you owe them something. You understand? I owe nobody nothing for nothing on this bitch. I'm the type of person I like to actually do for other people if I can, if there's something that I can do. You know what I mean? Um, right, right. But everybody is their own person. Everybody is grown. Don't ever feel like not that I have to tell anybody this, but when you see it so much, it's just like, come on, man, cut that out. Like you don't have to fake anything with anybody on here. I promise you, this is just a general thing. You understand? Like people be low key hating on you on this motherfucker. You know, like when you see them, they say what's up to you. They big you up and shit like that. They low key be hating on you. You can't figure out why. I don't really care to know why somebody hating on me. To be honest with you, because I know for a fact I'm not the type of person to do anything to somebody. I believe in karma. You know, um, whether it's bad luck or just a form of energy that is manifested based on actions, whichever one you want to call it. I do believe in it though, even if it's not necessarily called karma. You know, I believe in it though. I believe when your actions, I believe when it comes down to your actions and your intentions, if they're negative, it's gonna come back. If it's positive, it's gonna come back. So I just try to do good shit towards people, man. I can sleep fine with myself at night. I promise you. I've never had to go to sleep at night and feel bad about something I did to somebody. You know, and if I ever have, I'll be the first. I'm a very understanding person. I tell you that. You know, I'm the type to say, and I stand on it. If I've ever like done anything to somebody, or there was ever a misunderstanding, please let me know. Please let me know. You know, I'm just saying, keep it authentic, man. I ain't trying to be no hypocrite, but I'm sure if you were to ask certain people, they probably would say that. Everybody, like I said, goes back to everybody has different interactions with people, man. You know, I don't think I say act accordingly all the time. I don't think I say that so damn much. A simple word, these two simple words that you can look up the definition to, right? Basically, everybody acts accordingly, but I just emphasize it. That's all. I'm just emphasizing it. And it did start from my interaction with people on the internet. That's when I start to emphasize it. You know, when you got shit like this is what I don't like. When you got somebody who like be one way with you this day, Monday, everything is all good. Before you know Wednesday, they can't stand your ass, and you ain't no, you ain't got no reason why, and they won't tell you either. You understand? Like, and just switch up. One way is this way, then it's that, and it's back and forth. Let me tell you something about me. Like I said, I act accordingly and I go off my gut instinct. But even your gut instinct sometimes, it safe to say it can be wrong. They say your gut instinct can never be wrong, but maybe it can. I don't know. Like when it comes to people, man, like how I act according to people, like it obviously is how they act towards me. If you shake my hand, I'm gonna shake your hand. If you reach out to hug me, I'm gonna hug you back. If it's all love with me, it's all love with you. You know what I'm saying? If it's all love towards me, then I'm gonna show that back. And you know, like it can be so iffy with people in the way that they act that sometimes things can get misconstrued. You could be thinking that somebody could be acting a certain way with you, but maybe they're not. You understand? Sometimes you can call it wrong. Sometimes you can call it, you can make a mistake. You can make a mistake with it. But I just can't say it enough, man. You know, if it's respect for me, then of course I'm gonna give that same respect back. You know, acting accordingly. Shit. But you know, sometimes you can't make a mistake with that. I'm not a hateful person or anything like that. When I say the things I'm saying, I'm just saying just be real about it. That's all. Even if I sit here and say that, even if people hear it, the people who probably need to hear it, even if they sit here and they would hear me saying this, they probably still gonna, put on that front. And like I said, I'm not saying walk around with that negative attitude. You don't have to do that. That's not what I'm saying. Don't walk around like, oh, I don't like none of you. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. I know that's probably my attitude a lot of times. Like my whole vibe is I don't care if anybody doesn't like me. Let me put it to you like this. My goal is to have an experience on this app. And anybody I can have a genuine rapport with, I'm down for. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to shut anybody out. But what I'm saying is, if somebody feels like, you know, I'm such of a messed up person, they go out their way, you know, and their whole perception of me is that, I'm the complete opposite of what I say. I can't focus on that. I can't care enough long enough to focus on that. That's what I mean, you know, because there's people that are mad cool, like, like y'all in the chat, y'all are cool people. It was other people that come here sometimes that are cool people, dope people. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like you can't have genuine friendships and relationships and rapports on this internet. Cause that's a lie. That's a lie. But I can vouch for both of those things. I can vouch for, oh, you can have, you know, uh real friendships on the internet. And then there are people, I see this is a certain section on here that believes no the hell you can't, you know. Though that does mostly go for the beef side. Of course, when you're involved in that all day, how can you have somebody, that's actually like, there ain't really, what I'm saying? Like the intentions are all wrong there anyway. So it's like, but I've experienced both sides of that. So I understand why people say both, you know? So when I say the things I'm saying, it's because I experienced it. I've been on here long enough to know um, that, yeah, you can actually build a decent rapport with people to where, y'all have that genuine friendship. When you say bro or sis, you really mean that. You mean you got a genuine love for that person and they got the same type of love for you back. You never met that person a day in your life, But if you did, it would be like you knew them your whole life type vibes. You do come across those type of relationships. You know, but all I'm saying is you also have to be careful because, mind you, we didn't grow up with anybody on here. You got to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? There's people that I actually have grew up with. Like I'm talking sandbox. You know, uh, I got a cousin that we used to be in the damn tub together. We don't rock together. We don't rock. That boy used to steal from me. He used to steal from my ass. Like what? You know what I'm saying? So of course, when you have situations and experiences like that with people that you actually consider family and our family, of course you're gonna be cautious when it comes to people that you haven't met in real life. If you've had those experiences with people you've known your whole life, you've been around your whole life, then there's nothing wrong with just being cautious of people that you've never met in your real life. That's all I'm saying. You know? Like I'm down to be cool with anybody. I'm not gonna jump through hoops to do it though. I'm not gonna fake it. I'm not gonna kiss no ass. I'm not gonna, bow down to make a friendship work or anything like that. It has to be mutual. You know, um, respect will get you far. You understand? When I meet somebody originally, I have a respect for them just because they're human. Some people feel like if you don't know a person, how can you have respect for them? But I look at it like if they're a human being that I never met. They're like I say, they're a human. They're a breathing, living, flesh and blood human like me. As a human, as a man or woman, I have a respect for them because they haven't done anything to me. It's the first time I'm meeting this person. It starts out that way. The only thing that can change that is if they do something to change that. So that goes back to acting accordingly. But I'm just saying, man, just stop. Just stop faking it. Like, you know, because we don't have to. When you grown, you understand. You understand? Like, this ain't no high school. But hell, even in high school, we kept it real. So shit, even kids keep it real. You know what I mean? Even teenagers keep it real. Like, yo, I don't like, you know what I mean? But there's extra shit that comes with that. When you're an adult, of course, you handle things different. You're an adult, so you don't have to walk around with that chip on your shoulder. Like, I wish you would say something. I really don't like it. I ain't saying do all of that, man. I ain't saying do all that. But I'm just saying, don't lie to yourself. You lied to that person, or maybe y'all both know what's up. Maybe y'all both in the back of your mind know, yeah, this person they don't really rock me like that. You know, it just don't gotta be like that. Everybody came on like this app specifically. Everything I said translate into just life in general. But when it comes to an app like this, everybody came on here not knowing what to expect. When I first came on here, sure, I wanted to, meet people, network, and things like that. Um, but then I started finding out, I don't know, man, because like I guard my grill in real life. I'm on here. I can honestly tell you, I'm around more people in chats than I usually am in my real life, just because of how people are. You understand? Whether it's friends or family. You understand? I'm the type of person you gotta let me see. What did Alpha say? But has it ever happened to you that you become really cool with someone you once beefed with? Have you become really cool with someone you once beefed with? You mean like have I like made up with someone? Like have we put like an issue to bed and then we became cool? Or do you mean someone that started out cool with but then ended up beefing with? I just want you to be a little bit more specific because I believe I've experienced both. You know, I tell people about this one situation. Um, definitely. Well, I'm gonna give Alpha a chance to the first one. What was the first one I said? Somebody that I put a situation. What did I say first, y'all? Did I say first? When you put a situation to the side and then you become friends, is that what I said? Well, let me say this then. Let me say this because this actually this might be the closest thing to what you're talking about for me. For me, shout out to my bro Dome, man. That's about the only time he's not the only person. I've had two people that I've had like a little bit of negative interaction with that we were initially cool, but then things it took a turn, you know. But you see what happened was I realized that, and this is why I say the internet can be poison. It can be like crack, bro. It can really be like crack if you're on here long enough. Like, a lot of situations that we see, they're only because they're on the internet. The internet plays a part in that shit. People get bored, and when you got people who are watching on the sidelines and you see something that's said about you, it's like, wait a minute, no, the fuck they just didn't. You're gonna say all of this, and you got all these people listening to you. But shout out to my homie Dome, man. He pops up in the chat sometimes. I'll probably see him sometimes. We was mad cool, and it had involved another person. It was a female, and I believe she was kind of like the reason for it. I forget exactly. It was so long ago, like 2 years ago. It was kind of like some he said, she said type of situation or something like that. And I forget who said anything first, but me and him, we just got petty with each other, man. I get mad at myself when I think about it because I'm like, I told myself I would never ever let this app affect me to the point where I would actually beef with somebody I'm cool with. You know, um, if I'm cool with you, I'm not going back and forth with you on here. Even if we fall out, I'm not going back and forth with you on here. You know what I mean? I can't guarantee I won't respond if you mention me, but I'm saying I'm not going to be the first to do it. You understand? But anyway, we just got petty with each other. It was to the point where we couldn't be in the same chat together without one of us saying some shit. We was using the community wall against each other, fam. It wasn't like super, super crazy. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh, this dude, here he come. It was shit like that. It was like, oh, man, his corny ass. It was shit like that. I found myself, real shit, in the comments arguing with this person who I know I always had nothing but respect for. And it was all based on a misunderstanding that involved a female, bro. And no, nobody was smashing the female because I know that's what people usually think when they hear about two men. If it wasn't even interested in the female, but it was just something that she said that kind of like it, you know. But what had happened, how we ended it, bro ended up going live. He ended up doing what I think if a lot of people did, a lot of the shit that you see on here where it would be deaded so quick. But you know what it is when you got like people who are donating to you and you got monetization and clicks and you got the word algorithm, that's what stops a lot of people from putting a lot of shit to bed because they can capitalize off of it. They can bank off of it. You know what I mean? Especially black folk. Or we gonna if we can make $1 off of it, we gonna make $1 off of it. That's just the real of it, man. Of course, it goes beyond color, but what he ended up doing, he had went live, and he basically, without even saying my name, I think he was just like, um, what up, man? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Yeah, I went live, and he was basically like, yo, like, come up and let's talk about it or whatever. Of course I was with it because, like I say, it was nothing but respect between me and homie, man. So I go up there, and the same way it started was the same way we ended it. You know what I mean? I think that if it had been outside of the app and it had been in real life, either one or two things would have happened. Either somebody would have got hurt over something stupid, or we probably would have ended it a lot quicker before it even did all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? So we got in front of people, we put shit to bed, and that was pretty much the end of it. You know, But every once in a while, we still bring it up to remind people because on an app where you see it all the time, people make it seem like there's no way you can actually like be cool with somebody you had beef with. That's not true. The thing is, a lot of these people don't have respect for each other in the beginning to look back and say, wait a minute, how we get here? You understand? So if you didn't know that person initially, then it's gonna be fuck them. It's gonna continue to be that. But me and bro, now we were mad cool, nothing but respect, you know. And as a man, it just took two men to just admit they were wrong in a situation. I can admit when I'm wrong, you know. I got a strong personality, just like a lot of people. And I'm sure there's other people who would say, well, you can never admit when you're wrong about something. That's not true. If I feel like I played a part in something, if I feel like I did somebody wrong, I can admit it. You understand? Even if they don't admit it, I don't care. I'm saying I was fucked up. I'm saying that so I can sleep at night. If you don't want to admit what you did in your part, that's on you. But I know I'll be able to sleep better. I know, I promise you, in my whole 30 some years of living, I've never I can't remember the last time I went to bed and was actually disturbed from my sleep because of something I had did to somebody. Because I don't believe in fucking people over and shit like that. I don't believe in that. Bro said most times, especially on here, misunderstandings. Exactly. Exactly. Hold on. Shit. Misunderstandings. Exactly. And like I say, um, there's two ways that goes, right? Just going back to what I just said about people who actually capitalize off of it. Hold on, let me read what bro said first. I had words with people. We cool now in real life, so I know on here it can be possible. Right, right, right. If both parties down with it, right? You know, and a lot of another thing that plays a part are the people who be on the side, people who want to see. They seen these two people fall out and have words, so they want to keep it going for their own entertainment. They don't have any type of stop, you know. Uh, they don't have any type of relationship with either one of these people. They're just subscribers, and they just want to see something. They ain't watching TV. They turn TV off because they see, oh, wait a minute, they got some shit going. They got some shit going. It be like that. It be like that. I ain't gonna lie, I've done it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Hold up. Bad Boys 2 got the weight. Hold up, what's going on here? I'm just playing. But I'm serious though. I'm actually serious. I'm not gonna never tell you no lie. But that's how it be. But the only difference is people contribute to it. You understand? People will contribute to it if they can. They'll play that carrying the bone shit. If they can, they'll go back and forth between the two people and be like, yo, because I remember when I had certain situations on here, there's people who would come in my comments. When somebody was live talking about me, they would come in my comments and be like, yo, what's the name over there talking about you? Right? And I'd be like, oh man, and your thing is like, man, get your ass up out of here. Cause I know you just want to see some shit. You know what I mean? You just want to see me act a fool over what they saying. You ain't coming over here to tell me because you give a fuck. You ain't over here, you ain't trying to give me the heads up on nothing. You just want to see how big the situation can be. But misunderstandings. That's why I put up a post the other day pertaining to misunderstandings, because a lot of time on the internet, that's what it be. Real life too, but because we on the internet, I'm using the internet as as an example. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Walk with me. Did I get rid of it? Okay, the post was actually about communication. It goes back to, sometimes just a few simple words between you and the next person is all it takes. It could have been a 5 year, 10 year beef with someone, but it's at the point where nobody is trying to speak to each other, you know? But maybe they have it in their mind, if I seen what's the name, I would say all that shit 10 years ago, we can dead that. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing but love, man. Life is short. That's the type of shit I think about. Life be so short. I'm not thinking about having no issues going with nobody. Like, it's not gonna get me anywhere. It's not gonna do anything for me, you know. But this was something I had put up on my wall the other day, and the whole point of it was communication. And it said you'd be surprised what a little simple communication could accomplish. It really is key. They say communication is key. Issues, complications, misunderstandings, confusion, rivalries, wars, beefs. Miscommunication is a part of life. It can make an entire predicament out of nothing. Next thing you know, it's a snowball rolling downhill, big enough to make a snowman, right? Um, Unresolved situations can last a lifetime. A lifetime, they really can, and actually have, right? Because there was a lack of any form of verbiage. When words are left unsaid, there's no telling how far or deep the effect can go. Like can turn into dislike, dislike can turn into hate, and when in actuality, a few words to even a sentence could have played a part all along. A few seconds to a few minutes is all it takes in most cases to just, make a situation go away. To get an understanding that wasn't there before, all it takes is a few seconds or a few minutes. Ain't that crazy how 10 years or 20 years of a situation, even, all people really need is a few seconds to a few minutes to sit down and just say, like, how people say, just give me 1 minute. That's all I need. Let me tell you some real shit. I was dead ass wrong, fam. You know? And what happens when you say to somebody, listen, I was dead ass wrong, but in your mind, you waiting for them to apologize because in your mind, I know I did wrong, but I'm not gonna lie, what you did, that fucked me up too. It was wrong what you did too. But that person don't say nothing. You the only one to apologize. Some people, some situations continue because that person get mad all over again. It's like, wait a minute, you mean tell me I'm gonna sit here and apologize to you, but you ain't gonna say nothing about your part? That's not how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you apologizing, who are you apologizing for? Yes, you want the situation to come to a head. You want some type of resolve to be, to be there, right? That's what the end game is. But we really apologizing for ourselves. You can't control what the next person do. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for me. You do what you want to do. This is an opportunity for both of us to kind of like, you know, what did Alpha say? Some people untreated bipolar can help themselves. They're high, they cold the next minute. Yeah, yeah. The mental man. That goes into mental health. Here it is, May 27th, the end of the month. This was Mental Health Month, I believe is what they call it. I remember when I first found that out a few weeks ago, I did a video, and I think, yeah, I did. The video is still on here. The live is still on here. I told my story about what I was dealing with, like mental health when I was younger. How dark it got and everything. You know, um, I had no problem telling it because this was years ago, and I'm a lot better these days than I was at that point. When people listen to certain stories like that, you never know who listening on these lives. You could actually be helping somebody by just telling your story. It can be like, damn, that sounds just like me. If they can overcome that, somebody I never met in my life, but they're human just like me. They had it even worse than me. So why can't I get over mine? Right? But yeah, mental health and the internet, it don't mix. It don't mix. Like this one dude on here. There's a little bit of comedy mixed in this, you know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be because we're talking about mental health. But there's this one dude who been on here for years. I'm not gonna say his name. He been on here for years, and boy should not be on no damn YouTube, fam. He really should not be. He's somebody who's desperate to fit in, and he even gets involved with bullshit and drama that he sees on here in order to fit in. And then it's like, he'll get involved and go to bat for other people, jump in situations, but then he got his own channel, right? And he does like games and wrestling and stuff like that. The people he jumps in to like help and to aid and stuff like that, they don't be nowhere around when this boy start doing his own thing. When he's on his channel going live, it's sad as hell. When he's on his channel live talking shit towards the people that he's cool with, towards the people who are going against people he's cool with, they don't even be in there to support that. They don't go in and hit that boy like button and nothing. He been on here for years, to the point where this kid has been so embarrassed on here. I don't know how he's still sticking around. He good. He good, bro. He good. Eve, what's up? What's going on, Eve? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, mental health and the internet, it don't mix. Cause you know what? People don't give a fuck what you going through. They don't care what you got going on. If they can expose that shit just to make other people laugh, if they can expose that just to make you look crazier than you already feel, that's not good, man. I could never attack somebody who is like actually diagnosed with something, even if you're not diagnosed. That's not something to play around with. I don't got the energy to do it towards somebody who's not dealing with it. But at the end of the day, everybody dealing with something. Just because they don't come out and say what it is, nobody's gonna. But there are situations where people have come out and said what they were dealing with, and then only thing that happened was they got used against them. And now their business is out there. Leticia, appreciate you. Appreciate you. But some people, they know how to, some people, their skin is a little bit tougher, you know? Just because we're all grown men and women and shit, don't mean that we don't have our weak spots. Don't mean we don't have any chinks in the armor. You know what I mean? When people attack something specific about you, like for me, the thing that gets me, boy, I don't care if somebody call me a name, call me a bitch or whatever. I don't care about any of that. The only time I've ever felt the way towards somebody for coming at me is when they came after my character, right? I'm real big on my character. It's not about caring about what people necessarily think or feel, but it's like I don't like when people can I don't like being in a position to where it's out of control how people think about you. It's not them actually thinking that way about you, but it's like, don't do that. Give me a chance to, like that's not how I roll. If people think I'm one way and I'm really not, I'm not gonna lie. That's probably about the only thing that might bother me. It might not make sense to y'all, but what Miss Tracy say? I don't want nobody fucking with me. Now, you should be good, Miss Tracy, because I know, respectfully, I know other people that probably around your age who be doing some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I see you just be over there chilling, putting up your shorts, and you know, you one of the people who stay out the way. So I don't think you got, you know what I mean? But I think it's different with everybody. I think everybody got that one thing that can make them react or make them snap. I'm not gonna lie. It shouldn't be like that at all. Of course, if you talk about somebody, family or something like that, that can make anybody act a damn fool. You know, I haven't had that happen to me, so I can't. That's the one thing I haven't experienced, but I see it. And when you see people doing it that you always had like some type of rapport with, right? And maybe you go in their chat, but that's only because of the rapport you have with them. But it's like at the end of the day, you want to say, you know what, you shouldn't be doing that, man. Like you shouldn't be doing that. That shit ain't right. You know what I mean? I remember one time I tried to speak on it and tell somebody this, somebody who's doing it. I had to report this person. But before I could even get the words out, their reaction was basically nobody don't tell me nothing. So that's why, you understand? I don't try to tell nobody how to handle their business. If I know somebody, if I'm in their chat and they doing their thing or whatever, I don't try to tell them nothing because I understand when you're in that position, it's different. When you got people coming for your head, it's different. I get it. You understand? I had my own little taste of it years ago. That's all I needed. That's all I needed right there. I get it. When you're not filling those shoes, how can you necessarily, you could offer all the advice you want, but if you're not the one being attacked, then how can you tell them and actually expect them to take your advice? What Alpha said? Yeah, Tracy, good people. If you dish, you better be able to take. Generally speak, see, that's the thing, though. Alpha, that's the thing. And I say this all the time too. A lot of people don't know how to receive that. It's so crazy, right? Because I'm somebody, I try to live by that code. I try not to do anything. I don't believe in doing fucking with people anyway. I try not to step on nobody's shoes, anything like that, do anybody dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's just not my style. People can say a lot of shit. You can say some shit about me, but you can't say I'm a somebody who just go around fucking with people. Because like I say, I believe in karma. Sometimes you don't even have to return the favor to this person for them to end up. Because if you just let the energy work its magic, they might end up in a worse position than ever anything you could have ever done to them. Yeah. But a lot of people who do the shit that they do, it's crazy how they react to it when they get just a small dose of it. You understand? That shit is crazy. Like that's how you know common sense. I said this, like I've been saying this recently. Common sense ain't common no more, fam. It's rare. It's not common no more. It's rare, especially when you come on the internet. But real life too, you know, real life too. The type of person I am, I try my best not to be a hypocrite. So if I do go at somebody, whenever I had my situations, whenever I had mine, I was prepared for it. I was prepared for it. Who that Prez? Oh, Prez is still in the building. Um, Whenever I went at somebody, I was prepared for it. I'm like, all right, I'm about to shoot at them. I don't know what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was telling you the other day, Prez. I remember you speaking about your situation. Oh boy, and he, like, for example, that's a perfect example. He running around, spreading dirt on folks' name and shit because he got an issue with, like he basically involving y'all in a situation where he got something against somebody that y'all involved with. You know what I'm saying? But it really ain't even got nothing to do with y'all. He just trying to bring everybody else down with the situation. That shit is corny right there. Guilty by association is what they call that. Or there could be another name to it. You know? But the same way he went and put up y'all's picture and all of that, let y'all do that to him and see how he react to that shit. I'm not saying do it. That's on you. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That shit is hypocritical. You gotta expect, even if you think you know something. A lot of people will do things to other people because they feel like they know their character. They feel like they know, oh, this person right here, they like they don't they don't start no trouble. They're drama free. They're not the type to combat with somebody on the net. And they be going off that type of shit. But when you're in a situation and you try to back somebody into a corner and you keep like tapping somebody and poking somebody in their damn chest, at some point they're gonna react some kind of way. Or he actually said that. That's what he said, guilty by association. See, it's corny for him to even say that because, that's a term that people use, guilty by association, but it sounds stupid for him to say because you didn't have to bring up Prez or Lisa's name just because you got a problem with this man. These are people who support him, but that's your main target. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like you got the right to attack people because they follow them. That's a lot. It go back to shit you see on here. A lot of people get dragged into shit. Don't be having nothing to do with nothing, but they're not thinking about the response necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he would say Prez is wrong if he woke up this morning and wanted to light his ass up and had his shit plastered all over. What if Prez was the type of person to just go digging in his family tree or something, put all that shit up there? How would he respond to that? How y'all think he'll respond to that? Because people will take it there. They'll go that far with it. You know what I mean? They're gonna beat you at your game. Like, come on, man. With no parachute, fool ain't that fool. That fool jumped out there head first, face first. He ain't checked for a fire escape or nothing. Like I said, just know whatever you say privately has a good chance of going public. That's another thing I tell people: be careful, man. It come that right there. That comes down to just being cautious of what you say. It don't matter who you around. Sometimes if you feel like you really don't want something to get out there, possibly, then you might want to be careful even putting it out there in the beginning. Understand? Don't say nothing you wouldn't say openly, right? And that's why I say anything that I speak, I stand on it. You understand? Even if it sounded a little crazy, maybe I didn't necessarily present it the right way. You know what I mean? But if people were listening and maybe they understand where I was coming from. I don't say nothing I don't want to be repeated. You understand? I actually think about the shit I'm gonna say before I jump up here. I'm going off the top of my head, but I go through kind of like a script in my head. Okay, I know I'm gonna say this. I know damn well I'm fitting to go here with it. You know? I want to say it's stupid to say I understand it, but you really don't know what everyone into. Exactly. You know? And see Prez, he just saying I can't even say nothing towards Prez saying what he's saying. He said I would go, I would go there. He said I know what state he in and all of that. I think he said that for Jersey or something like that. See, he don't know nothing about your background or nothing like that. And it's a fully grown man. He just like you can listen. It's one thing to just bring one person into it, but you tagged a couple other people. You don't know what type of backlash. And one of these people was to like come together and say, we're gonna get this fool. We're gonna put my picture up here. I got something for your ass. You know what I mean? Like, people don't think about that shit, fam. Appreciate you, TC. And that's bad for him. You know, like, you got people who know where you reside. They're just some people you don't start with because you don't know how far they willing to go. You know, next thing you know, and it's like, he's underestimating, man. It's that underestimation game. I say that shit all the time when you got a computer screen and a couple of miles of a difference, because everybody in different cities, everybody in different states. That's all it takes for people to feel like they motherfucking Popeye and shit, bro. You know what I mean? No, I ain't gonna lie. Shit sound good right now. I ain't gonna lie. But some people go off of emotion and they're not necessarily thinking. You know how some people they get in a rage And other people would tell them, listen, you better not do that. That this boy crazy. You better leave him alone. You can't tell some people, you can't tell some people anything. So it's like, go ahead, you big and bad, handle your business. I understand it, but I'm just saying you ought to be careful. They don't care nothing about that, you know? And you got people who do consider it. For me, that too, that right there. Some people ain't got no damn thing to lose, you know? And it's people who got plenty to lose, but they're still willing to put it on the line. It gets that far with it too. You know? Like I say, we all human. Everybody got emotions. There might be some more logical than others. There might be some more emotional than others. But at the end of the day, everybody does have a breaking point. But how is that person going to respond? This person's breaking point might be, I can't take anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not listen. I'm going to make sure I block this fool. I'm going to make sure I'm unsubscribed from anybody that he's subscribed to, so I don't have to worry about hearing anything he's been saying about me. Some people will handle it that way. And then some people, like Prez say, well, Prez crazy. He said, I moved there. That's a new one. I ain't hear that one. Prez crazy. Oh, shit. Imagine that. End up moving in the damn man neighborhood and shit. Become the new neighbor. He look over. You're like, ain't that fool I put on? Ain't that the fool I put his pictures up on the internet? Or he the neighbor? That'd be a shock of a damn century. That'd be a shock of the century right there. Because that's why a lot of people do the shit that they do. That's why everybody does what they does. Obviously, they never think there's ever a chance in hell they'll ever come across that person. If a lot of these people came across the people that they disrespecting, they'll hit that corner so fast, pissy pants and everything. You understand me? So fast they hit that corner. That's why when people do actually come in contact, half the time people will record it and then they'll put it up because you don't see it enough. So when it really do happen, it's like I gotta record this and show everybody what really went down. You understand? Chris said I will move there. Word said and you got some people trained to do things and not jeopardize anything. Right, right, right. All of this stuff, man. All of this stuff it doesn't get thought about enough. Yeah, what's going on, man? Chicago's finest. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know. Um but yeah, like I said, you officially a content creator now, Prez. You know what I mean? Like YouTube, it's kind of like I look at it kind of like a sorority in a sense. Like you go through, how like what do they call it? Is it a fraternity or sorority? Which one is it when they do like the hazing stuff like that? I look at YouTube as a place where, like the beefing is kind of almost like a hazing. And unfortunately, at times when you go through it, that's when you go through that. So it's like, okay, I had my first taste of it. So now I'm right. Okay, so both right. That's how I look at YouTube. And anytime I see like anybody new coming on here, if I meet somebody who came on here for the first time, I give the same story to them. But like, listen, this what I dealt with on here. You be careful, but if you go, might as well just prepare yourself. At some point, you might go through it. You don't even have to look for it. You could be minding your business, just like Prez was doing. What's I was just that time you and Frankie was on the panel, getting it in. Oh yeah, Yak and Frankie, yeah. Yeah, I remember that Yak was up there spitting, Frankie was up there spitting. Shout out to Frankie too. Shout out to Frankie. But okay. So Alpha says fraternities for the males, right. Sororities for the females. Right. Appreciate you. But that's how I started looking at YouTube, you know. Of course you are a content creator once you build your platform and you're getting views and you're doing content, yeah, you're a content creator. But it's just like the way it is on here, you say it because I've not met one person on here who hasn't had a disagreement or at least one like back and forth with somebody else. I've really not met one person on here who hasn't. Some are smaller than others. Some are, some went to the furthest extreme, you know. But the one constant in all these situations is that nobody really like meets up. Nobody gets like actual hands put on them. Basically, Prez, basically, he said I got jumped in the YouTube game. Yeah, man. It's always a shame to see somebody minding their business, doing what they doing, and then like literally just minding your business, bro. Be getting up talking about stocks, giving tips to people. You know what I'm saying? I be in there, I be listening. You know what I mean? I was surprised as hell when he said that shit. And he said somebody, he said first he said, I might have a lawsuit, and then he was like, I got my first YouTube beat. I was shocked. Like, huh? That's a fact, man. A lot of talk, nobody broke a hangnail yet. Yeah, man. I've heard of instances of like this person going to this person's house, but there's never really any footage. I think I've seen it once. Well, actually, no, I've seen it one time where somebody's had hands put on them. I'm not gonna mention their name because I don't even watch nothing that they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want that bad energy over here from the shit that they be doing. They be wilding. But there are certain people who have had, hands put on them. And then the crazy shit? This how you know a person don't care about their own self and they just don't have, you know, they don't have no type of common sense, bro. Cause you can catch up to some of these people on here and you could put the beats on their ass, but they'll get up here again and they'll still be talking. They'll still be talking. I know a female like that in real life who had a whole bunch of mouth. She, it was like this chick had 9 lives or something. Like throughout all my years of knowing her, she would always just fly off at the mouth at people, get that ass kicked, but she could never help herself. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about getting all swole up and everything, but she could never help herself. She just couldn't stop that mouth, man. Feds got his initiation. I seen it one time, Jazzo. That name sound kind of familiar. I probably seen something like it, But yeah, I've probably seen situations where somebody stepped to somebody and they was like giving them a warning, you know, gave them a warning, basically telling them like, listen, I ain't gonna do you in this time, but I just want to let you know I can't get to you. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you just, you know what I mean? You don't even gotta necessarily be no hands. It's just showing them, listen, you ain't that far like you think you was. You're not untouchable. There ain't no glass between us. I didn't let those few little miles stop me from getting to you. I'm just here to tell you, don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Jenny. Nah, I'm still on. I'm still on. I'll probably be wrapping it up soon or whatever. But at the end of the day, it don't gotta be like that at all. It really don't. You know? But I understand some people enjoy it. Some people are just in situations where no matter what they do, they keep getting brought back down to it. Some people have been around so long where they just, they have their name mentioned constantly to where, you know, and it's hard to tell people how to handle these situations. Cause like I said, if I'm in a situation, I'll listen to what somebody got to say, and I'll hear their advice and I'll thank them for it. But I might still feel like I might need to, you know, put the beats on somebody real quick because this is something that's been going on too long, and I feel like this is the only way I can stop it. But then that's not even guaranteed. Just like I say, what you I say? Oh, so Bossy rolled up. I heard that. I know I heard that name before. Rolled up on the cab while live talking crazy and putting them paws on. Oh, for real, he was live too? Now I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. You know, there's a shock value in those situations because people don't think it'll happen yet. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like I used to feel like if people showed more, not wishing this on nobody. I ain't wishing nothing on Professor Lovely Lady. Appreciate you, Queen. Appreciate you. I ain't wishing nothing on nobody, but I used to say, maybe there needs to be more examples made. At one point, I was saying that maybe there need to be more examples made. Clips put up. Listen, you see what happened to this person? You see this person got stepped to? You see how it wasn't nothing for them to drive a couple hours to New York or to Wisconsin or wherever it's at? And, for people to see that it can happen. But that's not even enough. I see some people are just so ignorant with it, man. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing that can be done. The only way you can shut some people up is by punching them in their mouth. They have the experience firsthand. No matter what they see. Oh yeah, but that was damn. Ain't nobody gonna roll up on me, you know. And ain't nobody exempt. It don't matter where we come from. It don't matter what hood you come from, what you rep. No matter who you know, who you associated with. Nobody's exempt. Because while you thinking this person won't take a chance like that, little do you know they're only a half hour away from your residence, from your hood, from your block. Huh? You know? And by the time you understand how real it was, by the time you understand how serious they was, it's too late. You know? Mm-mm. That shit crazy, man. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Give me 6 seconds. Yeah. Not exactly 6 seconds, but you know, what you say? My favorite word, one of my favorite words. Accordingly. Yak say everyone gets handled accordingly. And some of us not playing in real time. That's a fact. I'm gonna leave that up there. Cause that's a fact, you know. And a lot of people will say, I come from this. They'll tell you how like bad they are, and they'll tell you how dangerous they are and shit like that. But there really ain't there ain't one person in the world who can't get punched in their damn face. There ain't one person who can't get shot. There ain't one person who can't get choked out, body slammed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that made me switch gears. You know, like when I did have my little situation uh going on, I was playing the game, but it got to a point, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like shut them down. You know what I'm saying? Kind of beat them at their own game. But I could have kept it going. You know what I mean? But I was just in a situation where I wanted to prove my point. Like, don't listen, don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up out of here. um, but it's not something I was looking forward to. You know, I told myself if I'm gonna stay on this app, then let me actually do some content. Let me actually do something that's a little bit more constructive, because you don't feel good going at somebody, you know, violating somebody. You're defending yourself. A lot of these situations we see where it's like a gang of ping pong, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Some people just want to be left the fuck alone, man. Some people just want to be left the hell alone, you know? And it's not that easy for them to turn away and just let it be. I imagine it's hard to do when you do have someone who can just keep bringing your name up and dragging your name through the mud. I know how that feel. So that's why I can't tell nobody, yo, just let it go or whatever, because I know how I feel. Everybody got to come to their own terms on their own time. But for me, like I say, it's an end game. Like you say, yeah, and everybody ain't playing. The thing is, a lot of these people on here who do be doing that, they are playing. They're doing it because they know there's not going to be anything to come from it. Well, at least that's what they feel. If they can keep people laughing and tuning in because of it, they're going to do that. And even some of them, they feel like some of them probably know, okay, this person ain't to be played with, but they're going to still do it because they're like, what's the chances of them actually coming in? What's the chances of me actually running into this person? Yeah. That's crazy. He said, shit, I do. And like I say, I can't blame you for feeling like that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to spend like the rest of my time, however long I was gonna ever be on here. Well, here it is a few years later. I know I probably would have been, I know something crazy would have been happening. Like if I would have kept beefing with somebody on here for years, it has nothing to do with, saying, I'm big and bad and shit. You know how people, they'll tell you, I ain't the biggest, I ain't the baddest, but you ain't about to play me like that. You know, everybody got their breaking point. You understand? Hey, you push a dog in the corner, the dog gonna start snapping sooner or later. You understand? Even bees will try to strike you. When you swing at a bee, you hit a bee, they try to come after your ass. Shit. You understand? That's just natural instinct. Some people just playing the game, man. I just, I couldn't spend all my time on here indulging in that. Because, like I say, when you find yourself in a situation where you considering taking a road trip, bruh, yeah, You talk about gathering up some items and some folk to take a road trip to go and handle a situation once and for all. That yeah. Maybe it's time to figure out another way. I don't wish anything on anybody, but to the people who do continue it and to keep messing with people and you know that shit come back to you. The only question is it gonna be returned by the person that you're aiming it at, or is it gonna be the universe coming back full fold, telling you should have been sitting your ass down? What y'all say? All right. My situation, I ignored it for the most part. Then there was a line crossed, and I addressed it with an invite to settle it. If it's that serious, why is he talking so prevalent? And say what you mean. Right. I hear you on that. And that's what it is, you know? Like you had an end game. You wanted an end game to the situation. You know what I mean? Like in any situation, any predicament that I'm in, I just want the end game. I'm a type. If you pull a gun on me, right? I'm just like, even I'm gonna be scared to death when I say it, but I'm gonna be saying, just pull the trigger, man. Let's just get this over with. You understand? I just need the end game. Like I can be an anxious individual. I'm like, what we waiting for? Remember old girl from I Know What You Did Last Summer? She was in the rain spinning around. What are you waiting for? Yeah. That's my mindset. Appreciate you, Alpha. Appreciate you. Love you, lady. I appreciate you, Queen. Appreciate you. Prez said, I gave him an invite, even gave my location. He ain't responding nothing, Prez. I know he probably didn't respond at all. You know? Has he done like besides the community wall, has he done like a video yet? Like has he done a live or anything like that? Because I never even went to old boy's community wall to look. I was like, oh wow, he got them up there. I just left it at that. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see that. He got people up there like that, disrespecting, violating, crossing the line. I left it at that, man. Oh, he did do video. He did 2 videos. Oh wow. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I might go check it out when I get done with this just to see what he's saying, even though. And listen, bro. Mm-mm-mm. In one day, damn. 2 videos in one day. Oh, he on it. He on it. But yet he didn't respond to the invite. The invite, we'll call it. He looked like he ain't. You could do a look at him and tell he ain't gonna accept that. That's crazy. The way I am. If I'm sitting here bringing up somebody like that, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna expect, if nothing else, at the end of it, a possible invite or a possible fight. So if they be doing that shit, it's like they get surprised when they get that. They get surprised when they get that invite to settle it. They get surprised when that person tell them, "Listen, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third if you don't stop." You know. Read his comments. They let him have it. Yeah, I remember hearing that some people over there in the comments was probably lighting his ass up or whatever. I mean, that's good that there's people who see through what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one thing that does suck about the internet. When somebody says something like how he's saying it, in any other situation, most people they start believing it. They don't even need to know you. You know what I mean? So that's good that there's actually people over there like telling him like, "Oh, you wrong, whatever. You You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know this. You don't know this man. You don't know this brother. You know what I mean? But he might be low key. Like I said before, he probably really help with your channel because while he's sitting there talking about you, talking about how much of a piece of shit and all this you are, people gonna get curious. They gonna come over there. They gonna watch. They gonna check you out. And they gonna get to listening to what you saying. You know, and what person? Yeah, I was like, I got too much to lose. I'm, I'm like, yeah, nigga, you're like, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Nah, I hear you though. I hear you. You know, after a while, he just gonna be sending people your way. They gonna be like, let me go see who he talking about. And they gonna start listening to you. They gonna be like, man, this brother be chilling, sitting there in the morning, talking stock talk. He ain't doing nothing to nobody. You know. But that is the one thing I definitely hate about the internet because some people are just like simple minded and they'll go along with anything that's put out there about a person. You got to do your own research. You got to have your own understanding. Don't just go along. I don't care who you are in any situation. Never just go off. I don't care how cool you think you are with somebody. Don't just go off what they say. Of course, if it's like your family or something like that, and they tell you, "Oh, this person is did me wrong. They greasy, they shady," then you're gonna believe. You're gonna go like, "Damn, they did you like that." But on the internet, that's a dangerous game, man, because all it takes is that one person to speak negatively of you, and then that snowball start rolling down here. You understand? The more and more people start, they don't even have to know type of person you are. That's the shit I hate. They could be talking about the most decent person, the most respectful person, but they'll go along with it just because they support the person that's doing it without actually thinking and knowing that that person is worse than anything that they said about them. But that also translate into real life too. But before I end it, basically everything that I'm saying is like centered around just keeping it authentic, man. Just you know how I started it off, and I was just saying, to people, stop fraud and stop being fake. You don't have to pretend to get along with people. You know, I'm not saying, if you don't like somebody or whatever, stop acting like you do when you really don't. You know, I kind of like I've been saying that a lot lately because it's like I I don't understand it, man. Just we all grown. You know what I mean? We can agree to disagree. You don't have to fake the phone with anybody. Go along, get along. I don't believe that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Yeah. I know what I was supposed to get to take the same thing. Yeah, I appreciate y'all holding it down in there and everything. Whether it's online or offline, man. Just I ain't saying just go right up to people, with that negative um vibe and just start. I ain't saying just start waking, just wake up and just start telling people, yo, I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like you. No, that ain't. I ain't saying. I mean, if that's what you choose to do, you go ahead and you do it. Handle it however you want to handle it. But I'm just saying, I know there's a lot of people who need to, you know, be putting on a big time front, smiling and shit. You know how they say lying through the teeth. Fools be showing all their teeth, smiling and shit. It be fronting through their teeth. That should be crazy. I don't want nobody lying to me. I prefer you to tell me if you don't roll with me like that. You could tell me it's all good, because a lot of times there's probably that underlying tension, and you never know. You never know why they sitting there saying I don't like this person. The person you're talking about might not like your ass. Y'all probably both on the same page. Especially if you somebody like me and you type to read the rooms and to analyze and to go off the vibes and shit. Sometimes it's just too obvious, man. But that's in any case. Professor Lovely Lady says you are absolutely correct. We just want some people join in on 10, others down just to be liked, accepted by the content creator, and others in the chat. Yeah, that's just the most pitiful thing. One of the most pitiful things I've seen on here. You know, um, I could never just go along with what's being done or what's being said just to be liked, just to be accepted, because it's like, I've seen it. If things happen to get straight, everything gets cleared up, then it's like, what you gonna do then? Imagine telling somebody, I ain't got no problem with you. The only reason I was on your ass is because you had a problem with them. Could you imagine that? Imagine when two people settle up what they had going on, and you was somebody who was, involved in it yourself when nobody had asked you to or nothing. They straighten it up and they looking at you like, "Are we good? What was your problem?" You like, "Hey, yeah, I don't listen. I only jumped in it because you had it. We had it out with them. I ain't really even got no problem, but you never did. That shit sounds so crazy." Angel Love, appreciate you, Queen. You already know. You already know. Congrats on the new place again. You know, blessings and all of that. Yeah, man. But you know, folks just stop being, followers and sheep too. That's high school shit right there. Like, you know, it's crazy because you got all these different ages on here, ranging from uh 20 something and 40 and 50, 60. Yeah, it'd be 70, all of that. Like I said earlier, shout out to you, Miss Tracy, because you you know, one of the folks who just, you can tell you enjoy your experience on here and you just have fun. But I've seen other people that age who just they be doing shit the young people be doing. I'm not saying having fun. I'm talking about like beefing. You know what I'm saying? Like they supposed to be the ones who get looked at like they got the knowledge and the wisdom, and it be completely backwards on here. That shit crazy as hell. Yeah, them sectors be wilding. Hell yeah. There's a few of them at that. Definitely a few of them at that. Yeah, you already know, Angel. You already know. You know? In any case, just, you know, my final words in any video, I feel like it's like, just be genuine, as genuine as you can be. You know what I mean? I always try my best to treat people how I want to be treated, which is real simple. Just be respectful to me. Don't disrespect me. Definitely, even if you don't respect me, just don't disrespect. You know, it's accordingly, man. It's accordingly with every step I take on this app, man. You know what I mean? But definitely shout out to any and everybody who support the platform, popped in, always popped in, or whatever. Like I'm gonna have to. I was testing that out at first. Hold on, let me see what lovely lady say. That's it. Sally me, so be following her. Yeah, it's the cool thing to do. I guess it's the cool thing to do. But it's like I said before, to the ones that are doing that, if they end up the one getting hurt in the situation, the person that they were trying to defend or follow, they're not they're not even going to be the ones to call 911 for you if something happened. They're not going to take that punch for you the same way you were saying you're going to take that punch for them. They're not even going to check the hospital to see how your jaw is doing when somebody break your damn jaw. They're not going to send you a bouquet of flowers. You ain't getting no candy. They're not even going to have their they're not even gonna have a prayer done for you or nothing. You don't get no visit. Hell, even after you recover from it, you come back, they're not even gonna ask you how you was doing. Everything good with you? Like, people don't think about that, man. People don't think about that. Some people just gotta learn the hard way, you know? Some people only understand ignorance. Like that is a language, y'all. Ignorance actually is a language. You understand? When you when you're when everything is cordial and courteous and nice and respectful, that goes right over folks' head, man. They don't know nothing about it. They don't recognize it. Only when it get a little nasty and it get, that line gets crossed, you know, when you get on their ass and, you know, you show them a side that they ain't never seen before. That's when they recognize it, you know? But that's not how I carry myself, man. I just try to be respectful to everybody. And like I said, just try my best not to be like fake as hell, man. Phony as a mug, man. Like, I want to know if somebody got an issue with me. I'm that type. I want to know. Even if I suspect it, even if I feel like deep down you're not keeping it real, you might have an issue. I want you to tell me. I want you to. Not so we can fight or nothing, just so I can know. Because it don't always have to be that. It can be well, you don't like this about me, let me keep it real. Maybe I don't like this about you, so we can both agree to, you know? But I understand that when you're grown, you pick your battles and it's not about drama and stuff like that. I'm all down for that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying don't be kissing no ass and don't be putting up such a front to where it's like it's extremely obvious and it just be looking crazy. Come on, man. I just respect genuine people, that stand, you know, 10 toes, people that speak their mind. You don't have to be disrespectful to speak your mind. Some people, I'm not gonna lie, some people they'll say the first thing that come in their mind, and they don't care who it offends or affects or whatever. I don't necessarily agree with that way of dealing with things. There's always a different way to put something. You can always speak it in a way where it's understandable and it's respectful. I mean, I'm just saying, just keep it real, be genuine. Because you're not just lying to the person that you say you cool with, that you telling you cool with, you ain't got no problem with, but you're lying to yourself. And for me, somebody like me, that take too much damn energy, fam. That take a little bit too much restraint to force a smile in somebody's face, knowing I have an underlying issue with them. That's crazy. Captain Cold Blooded. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know? But yeah, man. It is Memorial Day. I guess it is, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, for me it's another day, but I understand for other people it's a day where they get together with their family that maybe they haven't seen and whatever. You know. I treat it like another day. Like I say, any day I'm blessed to wake up and hear the damn birds is a blessing to me. You understand? You probably can hear the birds in the background and all of that. Every day is a holiday. Shit. Life is a holiday. It's a holiday we were, blessed to have. If your mama had you, that shit is a blessing. Come on. Give it up for that and for that alone. You know what I mean? But hey, I appreciate everybody, man. Like I always say, peace and blessings and all of that. About to get my black ass up off of here, you know. because Vamp House it's officially over. Been on here for a little bit. Oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to invest in the StreamYard thing. You know, they because my time is almost up for this shit. So I'm gonna have to like invest. These fools want 25 a month for this damn StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? I was never somebody who favored StreamYard because I only came on here at certain times. I didn't come on here all the time like other people. I never got to the point where I actually used up all my time like that. And I'm like, listen, it got to be worth it for me to actually be paying $25 a month. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to pay that shit, and then I end up not being on here like that. I'm cheap, man. You know what I'm saying? Respect, cheap. You know. Um, yeah, definitely. I appreciate y'all, man. Miss Tracy, you already know, Commander, lovely lady, Angel Love, Word, Eve, Yak, Prez will be on. Oh wait, I don't think he'll be on today. Maybe Tuesday. Oh, I think he do got something set up for the AM. I think. Rice, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Peace, love, and all of that. You know. But yeah, I'm about to get myself up off of here. And whether it's a holiday or not, everybody had. Oh, so you are coming on. All right, Prez. I'll check out Prez. He come on usually about like 9, something like that. You know. You know, whether you're somebody who makes a deal out of holidays or not, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's a blessing. So enjoy it. Either way, enjoy the day. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me, man. But yeah, I'm gone, man. Peace and blessings. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.